Hello and welcome to Time Troopers. Today we're going to be looking at mission 9.1, Haunted by the Past. As always, you should read the mission infill so you're aware of the story. I'd also like to bring your attention to the bottom of the story where it says you may swap up to 5 cards in your deck for an equal amount of Time Trooper unlocks from E11 to E25 or C1 to C21. So before you begin this mission, this is a great opportunity to upgrade your deck of cards by choosing 5 new characters or events, or a mixture of the two. So as always, we're going to look at the setup. We're going to need the orange dice, and we're going to need deck V1 to V18. Then we'll look at the setup in more detail. So we're going to need the orange dice, the timeline dice, cubes, and our time dial as normal. And we're going to take our trooper deck. Of course, we will have taken new unlocked cards, and they will be in our deck now. And we'll take the local deck, which was V1 to V18. Let's go to the future. We want V1 to V18. The rest of the cards we don't need. We'll put back in the box. And we'll set the box to one side. Okay, so we have our cards. Let's look at the setup. As you can see here, we have character V3, and V1 starts exhausted with 3 cubes on it. And there's a V5 off to the local zone. Let's do that. Here's V5. Here is a V3. And here's V1, which starts exhausted with 3 cubes on it. Okay, so as you may have already spotted, you'll see that these are all characters which we've already come across. So you have Mongolians, you have gladiators and dinosaurs, the Aztecs, conquistadors, Vikings, we have samurai, and we have Anubis. So these are all characters which are being brought back to the future through the gate. If you read the story, you will understand why. So you're fighting enemies you've already come across. However, please make notes that some of their attributes may be slightly different, and so will some of their text. There's also a ton of Scorpion event cards for us to deal with. So let's give these a shuffle. And that will be your local deck. Over here we have the gate controls. So let's have a look at the rules and see what we have to do. A mission brief: defeat all locals and take back control of the gate. Success: defeat the locals and stealth the gate card. We will fail if 3 troopers are defeated. So, taking control of the gate. Any trooper in the combat zone can stealth the gate controls cards and place 12 tokens on the gate controls to take back control of the gate. So any trooper that we bring out into play in the combat zone can stealth. If they stealth for 3, for example, we'll put 3 stealth tokens on this card. When it gets to 12, we've taken back control of the gate. It says underneath, when you control the gate, 1, you cannot put any more troopers into play going forwards. Any troopers already in play continue as normal, but you no longer draw cards. Instead, we start at the action phase. Number 2, the local deck and timeline phase will continue until the local deck is empty. At that point, there will be no more timeline phase. Any locals already in play will continue as normal. So that kind of makes sense. Once we've taken back control of the gate, we can no longer bring troopers through that gate. We'll keep playing the local deck until that's fully discarded, and then we won't shuffle and bring that into play. So before you take full control of the gate, you may want to make sure that you have all of your troopers in play that you think can dominate and control the situation. So depending on how many locals are in the combat zone, if there's 5 and you only have 2 out, maybe you don't want to take control of the gate too soon, because otherwise you'll become overrun and potentially lose. So a lot of strategy as always, but think about when you take control of the gate at the right time. Good luck!